Good afternoon. My name is Roxana Madrigal. Today I will be persuading you on how parents shouldn't be hitting their kids. The benefits of a parent hitting their child. As a parent, the challenge of controlling your child is rough. It may seem like they will always get out of hand. Especially when a child gets older, they tend to think they can talk back to you. The best way seems to be hitting them or taking out the belt when they act up. I'm here today to explain to you a solution without having to hit a child. I'm here to persuade you in another way to teach your child discipline without having to spank your child. Sometimes you may think it's alright to hit your child. Sometimes maybe just spank them once because they misbehaved or they disrespected you and you want to earn your respect. But if you think about it, physical punishment gives the danger that it is okay to hurt someone else. Hitting a child is hitting someone who is smaller than you, someone who has less power than you have. They are new to life. Hitting them can show them the wrong road ahead. There are always other ways to control a child. Parents who hit a child, well, first of all, a child who has been hit later on in life criminals actually, and it has actually been shown in research that criminals as a child were actually punished physically by their parents. Parents who hit their kids teach their children to become hitters themselves as well. Kids will always look up to their parents for anything. Bad behavior. A parent who is so-called calls their child a bad behavior child sometimes doesn't know, but a child sometimes is only behaving bad to have her parents' attention. Maybe even the parents aren't always busy and they do not receive Maybe even the parents are always busy and they do not receive the attention of a child's needs. Typically, when a child acts up, sometimes in some cases, a child will act up because they just want your attention. There's always a reason why a child is behaving bad. Revenge from a child. When a child gets punished for something he or she does, it is actually harder for the child to learn from the mistake they made. A child that is punished becomes feeding anger and fantasies of revenge toward the parent. No bond. A child being hit when he or she has done something wrong can actually interfere the bond between a parent and a child. If you actually think about it, as it is, human nature, we do not tend to love someone who hurts us. So punishing your child physically can actually kill the relationship you have. The teenager stage. Anger and frustration cannot be safely expressed by a child. If you think about it, childs do not have that development yet. But later in life, once they hit adulthood and become teenagers, angry teenagers this is their chance that an angry teenager can express their rage against you for all the things you had done to them. And if you also think about it, angry teenagers do not come from the sky. Ways to control your child without hitting. This is our last slide. Okay. Number 1, help them feel good about themselves. Whenever your child is feeling down, or let's say they do something, you should always give them a lift up. Give them positive outcomes. Number 2, show them how a person with self-control acts. Be in self-control. After all, you are their role model. Guide them. As a child grows up, they always need their parent to guide them along the way. Set limits. Correct behavior by talking to them. And this is actually a really helpful benefit when trying to control your child or teach your child to respect you. Communication is actually the number 1 way. And actually, researchers say the best way for a child to actually learn from their mistake, talking to your child will actually be able to reach out to them. Teach them how to think for themselves. Teach them to be independent. Your kids are going to grow into someone older, and they're not always going to be around. You want to teach them how to be their own person as they grow older. And last but not least, take them out when they listen to you. This is also a huge benefit for younger kids. Let's say a kid who misbehaved and you got after them. You told them, don't be doing that. But let's say the next time they're like, Mom, I didn't do it. A good thing for you to be doing is maybe take them out to go eat some ice cream at McDonald's. That will show them that there will always be a good outcome from something they do. And lastly, that is it. Thank you so much for listening to my speech. My name is Roxana Madrigal.